What is happening? It looks like we're losing a lot of ground here.
Yes, what is happening here is this drains I-94. You see all the traffic in the background. And what's occurred here is severe erosion along the bank here, so much so that it's getting very close to I-94, which was all backfilled when they built the expressway. So now it's just sand that it's getting to, and it's really shelving off. We're losing a lot of ground here. You can see the infrastructure here. This old pipe is really not attached to anything anymore, and it is supposed to be the way that the storm drain comes down through here. So we have got to get this bank stabilized before it goes any further. It's just right up to the fence line right now of I-94, so not too far from the road. So we have hired a contractor. We intend to have him start this week. We consider this an emergency repair. And we're going to get this bank all stabilized here, and there's one other site right down the way that looks just as bad as this, if not worse. So there are two sites we have to have done immediately.
How fast are you losing ground?
We think we've lost about 5 or 6 feet just in the last month, if you want to know the truth, because these roots that you see here, we couldn't see them a month ago. So it's really happening very quickly now. I think because of the soil conditions as much as anything, because this is an old drain, but not only is the infrastructure broken apart, but now you're getting into sand. And so it's not good earth, it's not stable. And it's really coming down, and we're at a corner here, when we have these heavy, intense rains, this water shoots out like a fire hose. You're not seeing it right here, but you probably will tonight when it rains. It just goes right at that bank, and the land is just shelving down.
Why is it important to talk about it right now?
Because it's an emergency and it has to be done very quickly. We're not waiting. We find these things and we fix it. And you can see how close we are to I-94 here. You can imagine if we lost another, whether it's 1 foot or 20 foot or whatever, you start to significantly impact what's happening right there along the interstate. So we have got to get this fixed, and that's our intention.
Do you have the funding to do this emergency job?
Yes, we do, actually. We have some leftover drain funds that I've been cobbling together, and we are going to fix this. We're working very closely with our partners. In this case, it's Roseville. You're in the city of Roseville here, by 13 Mile in Little Mac. But we do have enough money, we think, to get this done. So they're going to be putting in what they call riprap. Those will be quite large boulders that they almost put together like a puzzle. All the way through here. They're also, right where we're filming here right now, we're going to be cutting this back and then moving all the soil over there so that we'll straighten out this drain to keep it away from the fence line there of I-94.
Is there anyone else who should this have been done differently in the past? Is there anything we should learn from this?
You know, one thing I would just tell you, many years ago, this is a funny S-curve that's in I-94. And I have heard this story, I don't know if it's true, but the reason that they did this many years ago is because they didn't want to go through the golf course that's across the I-94 here. There's always accidents in this. This was not a good design. I mean, listen, I was just a kid when this happened, you know. But of course the drain goes along it as well. So sometimes things that you do today, that does have an impact on future generations. And we always keep that in mind, because when we find things, we fix them, and we are fixing them right. And sometimes we spend more money than maybe some people think we should, but I'm not passing it on to my children and my grandchildren. We're going to fix this stuff right.
We're expecting some rain tonight. Should people feel safe driving an I-94 right here?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, I don't think there will be any problem, but I'll tell you what, if we let this go another month, there could be.